So we're gonna get out there. It's gonna be me, Steve, my dad. Hopefully we find some holes that hold some crabs. Today's gonna be an all-out crustacean mad fest, and hopefully we come home, have a nice little catch and cook, and eat some crab and lobster. So I will catch you guys at the boat ramp.
We finally are on our way out. Hopefully we got everything taken care of. Yeah. Now our oil alarm is going off. So, you know, when it rains, it pours. But we're gonna get out there 10 o'clock as opposed to 7:30 when we were originally supposed to. But, you know, better late than never.
First catch a crab, you want to take their biggest claw, and when you hold it, you want to kind of twist it, and it should pop off easily. You definitely don't want to force it. If you're having some difficulty like I was with this one, go ahead and pull out your dive knife and go ahead and poke right at the joint where it breaks off, and he should drop the claw immediately. It's super important that if people do this, they need to make sure they do not force the claws, because if they force it and rip the insides of the crab out, the crab will die. And this is such a sustainable food source, but only if you release the crab and put him back in the hole where he came from. Like I did with this one, pull their claws together, use your knife, and pop that claw right off. If you're kind of new to this whole thing, the best suggestion is when you catch a crab and have it hold it with two hands, go ahead and get your boat to come on over, drop the crab in the boat, and let the driver take care of clipping them properly with a pair of dikes.
Alright, so the way you measure these things, it's 2 3/4, and they're usually with a lobster gauge. So the way you want to measure them is this bottom portion has to be 2 3/4 inches. Make sure you don't use the 3-inch one, use the 2 3/4. Here, and then here. Oh, just legal. Yeah, by about 1/4 inch, or about 1/8 of an inch. So I just got in the boat and we are done. We are heading back. I'm gonna take a little shower, get some fresh water, and I will see you guys back at the house, hopefully cooking up some lobster and crab.
So we are back and we have limited out on stone crab claws. We got a lobster and Steve has a couple of mutton snapper that actually some mangrove snapper that he caught the other day. So before we get into cooking all that stuff, got to clean the boat, got to take care of everything, dive gear, throw it in the pool, and we're gonna chill out for a second and we're gonna get to cooking. So alright, so we are going to use the Boga grip. We're going to see how much these things weigh. Ooh. 13.5. All them claws. They're going to go quick, though. Got about a half a gallon left. I'll let that fire up. My dad wants to figure out how to use YouTube. There we go. So the trick to this is you cannot overcook it. What we want to do is once these things start boiling up, then from there you're going to go, you can go 15, but we'll go 20 minutes from there, and that should be enough time for the big thick claws to get cooked all the way through. So we'll check in once that's finished. Crab check. They're boiling. So right now we'll go 20 minutes from now and see where they're at in about 20 minutes. So they're finished.
They're finished, okay?
They're finished. It's been about 20 minutes.
Yep.
Now
Give you a
spray
clock.
time. Just gonna spray them to get all the gunk off of them. We usually get a bunch of white stuff in there.
After you're done cooking and washing them, put them in the cooler full of ice. And let them sit in there until they're ready to be eaten.
All right, so we have the stone crab claws ready to go, but obviously that can't be enough. So check out this smorgasbord of food that we have. We got fish frying up, going over that. We got venison and the lobster we got today. Look at that. It is gonna be so good. So good. Woo. We got surf and turf and surf. It's gonna be fantastic. I'll check in you whenever we do a taste test for everything. Let's see. Get some of that sweet Meyer lemon on that lobster.
Did you,
We finally made it down to the table, and I have my plate made up, and look at this. Venison, mangrove snapper, lobster, stone crab claws, and homegrown avocados off a tree right next door. So I'm just gonna give it a little taste test for these stone crabs. Everything's gonna be phenomenal, but just for these stone crabs, it's a perfect little nugget right here. It's gonna be like a popsicle. You just take the meat right off and dang. You don't even need any sauce. The meat is so sweet. Everything's amazing. So good. We're gonna dig into this, and thank you guys for tuning into this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're new here, subscribe. If you like the video, go ahead and like. In the description below, go ahead and buy some merch. I will catch you guys later. See ya. Something we were talking here about, there is probably not a single chance that anybody in the world is eating stone crabs, venison, fish, and lobster all at the same time. So we are so fortunate to be able to enjoy all of this. And like I said, probably nowhere in the world somebody's eating this stuff all at the same time. There's probably some people eating maybe some stone crabs and some lobster, and not a chance adding venison and fish into that. It's not happening. So yeah, what a huge variety and a mixture of food. Yeah, good. Delish. Oh yeah.
Outstanding.
Oh yeah. Incredible.